Hey, this is Danny from Scare Talk. Before we get into all the horror greatness, I gotta let you know about Anchor. Anchor is the host site that we use to record our podcast. Anchor will upload your podcast to Apple and Spotify and many other listening platforms. Anchor is completely free, and you can download the app or go to the website, anchor.fm, and you can record straight on there. There's also some cool editing tools that you can use. Did I mention that it's free? Yeah, so if you want to make a podcast, Anchor is the way to go. Go check it out. Now, for the spooky stuff.
Welcome to Scare Talk, a horror movie podcast for horror fans. This podcast will cover horror movie reviews, ratings, and rankings. Now for your hosts, Danny and Joel.
Alright, this is Scare Talk, and I am Danny, and I'm here with the great Joel.
Hey guys, what's up?
Today, we're back in the studio to talk about the next Halloween film, Halloween, The Curse of Michael Myers.
Halloween 6.
This is not Halloween 6.
Well, yeah, I guess technically it actually doesn't have a number.
Does not have a number in the title. But yes, Halloween 6. This one is 1995. So quite a few years after 5.
Yeah.
About 6 years later.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so before we get into that, we're going to get to know the hosts again.
The host with the most.
And I think this time Joel's got a little question.
I do have a question for you. So it's kind of stealing the one that you gave me before. But I was curious about it when you asked me.
You're so unoriginal.
Whatever, I'll come up with something better next time.
Okay, all right.
So what is your earliest memory?
Okay, so this is gonna sound weird.
It's always a good start to a
For some
answer.
reason, this is what I remember, and the more I think about it, the more I think maybe it was a dream.
Okay.
But I don't know. I'm going to hold on to it. So I remember sitting down in like my living room or whatever, and my mom and my dad, or maybe it was just my dad, like across the room, trying to get me to walk
Okay.
to him.
You weren't even walking at this point? Wow. Your memories go way back.
And I remember looking at him and thinking, yeah, I could walk over to you, but I don't really want to.
You remember what you were thinking? Oh, man. I wish my memories went back that far.
I don't know, like I said, I don't know if that was a dream of me being that little or if that was really what happened. Another one that I remember.
Okay. This is a real one.
This might be a real one. I'm pretty sure this one's real. I was at my grandparents' house.
Fake.
And I was, we would like play, me and my cousin would like play in my grandparents' bedroom. They had like a Nintendo.
Uh-huh.
So I was in there, and I was potty trained.
Okay. Good to mention.
It's important. So I was playing a video game, or doing something. I was playing with my cousin. And I could have went to the bathroom. But I decided I'm not gonna.
Okay.
So I pooped my pants.
All right.
And then I told my dad, and he wasn't like mad or anything, but I just remember thinking like, yeah,
I'm lazy.
I didn't want to stop playing.
All
so
right.
there you go.
That was fun. Let us know if you want the segment to continue.
Yeah, we'll have to see if anybody likes these. Okay, so we're talking about Halloween 6.
Yes.
Okay, let's get back to that.
Back to
Okay, so who's in Halloween 6?
All right. So Halloween 6 has.
Wait, hold on.
Okay.
Is Donald Pleasance in this one?
He is in this one. Yeah. So crazy. Dr. Loomis, the one constant in the entire Halloween series, except for 2 or 3, except for 3. So yes, Donald Pleasance comes back as Dr. Loomis. Last time he portrays this character.
Oh.
R.I.P. Donald Pleasance. He was in Escape to Witch Mountain.
You're finding all these random ones.
Yeah, I didn't want to say the same ones every time. So, A Tale of Two Cities.
Oh, I think that's a book.
It is a book. Yeah, he's done quite a few of those.
Okay.
And this one was also a book. The Count of Monte Cristo.
Wow, man, he's got quite the filmography.
He does. And these were all before Halloween. I think Halloween 1 came out.
Wow.
So he was already a pretty established actor.
Yeah.
And we also have Paul Rudd
Yes.
making his, I think, movie debut. I'm pretty sure. I think he may have been in. I think he was in one other movie before this one, but he was in Clueless.
Yeah.
Romeo and Juliet, the Leo DiCaprio one. Yeah. And the Cider House Rules.
Okay.
I wanted to pick movies that people may not have known he was in, because I think everybody knows who Paul Rudd is at this point. We have the writer. There's only one writer for this one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, pretty crazy.
Wow.
Last couple had at least 3. This one's got 1. This is Daniel Ferrans. He wrote The Haunting of Sharon Tate, which came out 2 years ago, which I heard was horrible.
Wait, Haunting of Sharon Tate.
Sharon Tate, yeah. It came out 2 years ago.
That's not the old lady. No, that's Logan.
Yeah, no.
No, okay. I don't think I've seen that.
No, Sharon Tate was the actress in real life who was killed by the Manson family.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so this is...
They made a movie? What?
Not about that, but this is about... I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah. So he also wrote the Amityville Murders. Which I don't know anything about that one. I think that one also came out a couple years ago.
Amityville Murders.
Amityville Murders, yeah. And The Girl Next Door, which is a horror movie from 2007, 2009, something like that. So really nothing that I've seen before. But so that was only one writer for this one, and the director, his name is Joe Chappelle.
Okay.
And he directed Phantoms. I actually like that movie.
Dean Koontz.
Yeah. The Skulls 2. Not the Skulls, but the Skulls 2.
All right.
And a movie from 2018 called An Acceptable Loss with Jamie Lee Curtis.
Oh, interesting.
Making her,
Okay.
a director of a Halloween movie does a movie with the star of Halloween.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that is it with that one.
All right. So this one is 6 years after Michael Myers last terrorized Haddonfield. He returns there in pursuit of his niece, Jamie Lloyd, who has escaped with her newborn child.
So how many years have passed? 6?
Hold on. For which Michael and a mysterious cult have sinister plans.
Oh, okay.
Yes, 6 years.
6 years. Okay.
Yeah.
Because I'm just trying to do the math on that. Because she was 10 and 5. She
I know.
was 16 and has a newborn.
Yeah,
I mean, it's possible.
She looked much older
She
than
did
16.
look a lot older than 16 in this movie.
Yeah.
And that's funny that description is actually the description, because that's literally the first 5 minutes of the movie.
I know, that's definitely not really what the movie's about.
No, it's not.
All right. So, let's talk about some positives.
Some positives?
Yeah.
All right.
You want to start with negatives? Or?
No, we don't want
We
to
usually start with positives.
We do start with positives, yeah. But just like 5, this is not one of my favorites.
Okay.
This, I am really trying here.
You're just at a loss for words.
I am. I liked Paul Rudd in this movie.
Really?
I did. He didn't. He was.
Well, I guess
he
did
creepy
okay
at first.
until- yeah, after
He was
his
after
first
you,
few scenes.
Yeah, after you know that it's
settled down.
Tommy Doyle,
Yeah.
and not some random kid named Tommy. That this is actually linking to one, which is
Yeah.
really cool. I like that they brought Tommy back.
Yeah.
So I like that aspect of it. I like,
And he's the little boy from the first movie
Yeah.
that Lori is babysitting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Just in case nobody
just
knew.
for people who, yeah, sorry, yeah, he was from the first one, all grown up, and I like that they brought him back for that. Trying to think here. So yeah, I mean, he was definitely creepy at first, but he did become a much better character as the movie went on.
Yeah. I thought it was like his acting that
Mhm.
made him weird. But I guess he was just trying to play the character?
Yeah, he could. Yeah, I mean, it could have been his acting. It could have been the character himself.
Yeah.
I
don't know.
thought,
It
yeah.
was a weird mix.
Yeah, I know. Hey, he was brand new when this came out. So.
Yeah.
Brand new actor. So I liked him actually in it. I honestly don't like a whole lot about this movie. I mentioned one character in the entire
Yeah,
movie. I don't
yeah.
even like Loomis that much in this movie.
Yeah, he's not really a factor.
He's not. Yeah, they brought him out of retirement. His character for this movie, leave him in retirement.
Yeah.
He didn't need to be in it.
No, not really.
So, yeah.
So what do
I
you
mean,
think of the beginning of the movie? Like,
Well, that I was going to talk about.
oh, okay. All right.
Not yet though.
Okay. All right.
I mean, it's
you have
kind
any
of
more
cool.
positives?
It's kind of cool. The whole, Jamie has a kid, and
Yeah.
it's it's the curse of Michael Myers. They need Jamie's kid. I don't think the kid has a name in the entire movie. It's just Baby.
Baby Myers.
Yeah, and so I don't know. I kind of liked the curse aspect because it's different.
Yeah.
It's not, it. One thing that Halloween tends to be throughout the entire series is pretty basic.
Yeah.
So throwing in the curse aspect, it gives it something different.
Right.
But so I kind of like that aspect of it, but overall, it didn't really do a whole lot for me.
Yeah.
It didn't. The curse didn't really go anywhere. Really, like it's
really muddled and
Yeah.
just like okay, so there's a curse,
yeah.
but
But like,
why? And it just doesn't really matter.
No, it doesn't. It's another Halloween movie.
Yeah.
It's with curse in the title. So,
Yeah. They try to like explain it. They try to give like purpose for his killing.
yeah.
So I think that's overall the point.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it just doesn't really do much for the movie though.
Yeah, no, it doesn't. I was gonna say some of the kill scenes, but no, I don't. Besides maybe the first kill, I don't remember.
Oh, there's another kill that is pretty crazy and funny. I don't know if you remember.
I don't think I remember. I literally just watched this movie this afternoon before we did this, and I don't remember a whole lot about this movie still.
What about the dad, the drunk guy? Do you remember how he dies?
No, I don't actually. I don't know.
He's like in the basement, and there's like water,
Mm-hmm.
and he gets electrocuted by Michael,
Oh.
and then his head explodes.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. Oh yeah. How did I forget about that scene? Yeah. So, okay, 2 scenes. The people died in this
Yeah.
movie, and yeah. So Yeah, that part was pretty crazy, actually. But not enough for a positive for, like, kill scenes of this movie.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't have very much else to say positive wise. I mean, the score, you know, I didn't really like it too much. So I can't even really say the score is good.
I like the score.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know. For some reason, 4 and 5, the score was a lot better than 6 was for me.
6 looks a lot different.
It does, and that is one thing that I will give it, because it has this like grainy feel, but like it kind of feels like how Scream kind of felt, like as far as what it looks like and everything.
Yeah,
kind of has that kind of. It was around that time. Yeah. Scream came out in '96, I think. But yeah, it was just like the mid '90s like horror genre. Like they all had pretty much the same type of look to them.
Yeah.
Which is kind of cool. It had that there's an actual type of look that horror movies have, depending on what decade we're in. So yeah, that was actually different and kind of cool too. But yeah, I don't have very much else to say about the positives.
All right. Yeah, I like the way this one looks, like we were just saying. It reminds me a lot of Saw 3. There's a lot of like zooming and like flashing and just quick camera movements and stuff. It doesn't the movie doesn't focus on anything for too long. It's like it makes it look so fast paced because the camera is moving around all the time. So you know, it's different. I thought it looked kind of cool. Jamie's kill was really cool. I didn't like that she was killed
so early on too.
Yeah, but her kill was cool. I did think for a little bit that the cult thing made Michael a little scarier. It made him a little more intimidating because he's like possessed. Yeah, pretty much. So it kind of made him a little more scary. I really like his mask in this one. Yeah. Probably the closest to the original, they got up to this point.
Yeah, his mask was pretty cool looking in this one.
So I liked that. Yeah. That's about it.
All right.
All right. Any negatives for you?
Any negatives? So what we were talking about earlier, the fact that like most of the Halloween movies, they're all pretty basic. So this one was going for something different. So it tried to go for something different. Yes. But it didn't get there. So for me, that is definitely a negative, because this is the curse of Michael Myers, but it didn't really feel like a curse. Like there were definitely people around with robes and stuff, and you know, it was underground and but it didn't do anything. It didn't go anywhere with that plot. So it just became another Halloween movie at that point, which is fine. I love Halloween, but if you're gonna try to go somewhere and it doesn't go where you're trying to get it, it falls flat. Yeah. So that aspect I didn't like for it. I didn't like that they killed Jamie off. And it's not that they killed her off, but they killed her off so fast. Yeah. She dies in the first scene of the movie. And do you even know it's Jamie until later on in the movie?
I don't think so.
No one says her name or anything like that. You just find out that later on that Jamie's dead. I'm like, what? Oh, okay. So that was her in the beginning of the movie? So that was really lame.
Yeah, it kind of felt like when the movie started, like we were in the middle of a movie.
Yeah.
You know?
It did.
Like we missed something. That let us know who these people are and what is even going on.
Yeah, why are they doing this? Because
there's like this baby and there's you know, this girl, and then all of a sudden there's Michael Myers out of nowhere. Like,
no.
What? He doesn't fit in with this.
No, he doesn't. This is not a Halloween movie. What's going on here? So I didn't like that. Those are probably my biggest complaints for this movie. I also did not like If they were continuing on with the series after 6, which, I mean, they have with this timeline, if they were continuing on with 6,
Right.
after 6.
Yeah, this is the end of this time.
This is the end of the timeline.
Yeah.
And Michael Myers dies by being beat with a pipe by Paul Rudd.
Yeah.
That's the last thing. That's how he dies. No, I don't.
You don't buy that?
I don't buy that one bit. If there were more movies, then maybe that'd be. It still wouldn't be a positive because it's still kind of a lame way of killing off a villain.
Yeah.
Getting beat by a pipe when this guy's gotten blown up and shot thousands of times. This magic pipe is gonna do it.
Yeah. I mean, it was a pretty brutal scene though when he's beating him in the face with the pipe.
Yeah,
It's pretty intense, but yeah.
but it's Michael Myers.
Yeah.
So yeah, if they were continuing on, and I really hope at some point in the future they do, they can easily bring Paul Rudd back because he actually is like probably the biggest actor of the entire series, the entire franchise.
Yeah.
Sorry, Jamie Lee Curtis, but he is probably bigger than she is at this point. And have him come back as Tommy Doyle.
Yeah.
For like the last trilogy, like 7, 8, and 9.
Yeah.
With Tommy Doyle as the main character. That would be really cool.
Yeah.
If, like, finish off that main timeline for good.
Yeah. That would be cool, but it's not going to happen.
It probably won't.
I think we're like
There's so many
probably,
different timelines going on here.
Yeah, I don't think you can go back now to 1995 and try and add to that story.
Hey, they went back in 2018.
Yeah.
40 years ago.
That's true, but no average person has seen 2 through 6. I'm pretty sure. I think we're just a rare breed of people.
It's for the Halloween fans, and they'll go because Paul Rudd's in it.
Yeah.
So
well, and that would be cool if they didn't necessarily try to connect it so much to 6, but just use the Tommy Doyle character.
Yeah.
And throw in little things
like flashbacks.
Flashbacks
of
or mentions of things that happen in 6.
Mm-hmm.
Then you can kind of appease to both sides.
Yeah.
Which I think would be cool.
Yeah, it would be.
Tommy
cool.
Doyle is going to be in the next one.
He is.
He's not Paul Rudd.
It's
but
not. Yeah, it would have been cool if it was, but yeah, it's not gonna. He's got some scheduling conflicts going on. He's a big A-list actor.
Yeah.
So those, I did not like how they ended it.
Okay.
Like I was saying, if there was a 7, and that's how they ended it, then it wouldn't be a positive, but it wouldn't be a negative either, because you would know Michael's not dead.
Right.
At least with, like, what was it, 5? You see him leave the precinct. Like,
yeah.
He escapes. Like, you know he's not dead.
Right.
He's gonna come back.
Right.
So if they had done that with 6, then okay, fine.
Yeah, like a little cliffhanger. Or
Yeah.
something. Yeah.
But they didn't do that. They were just like, oh, I'm gonna beat you with a pipe, and then that's it. There's no more timeline. So those are definitely my negatives. I feel like, what was I gonna say? The tone also was slightly off, just because it did feel more like the mid '90s horror genre, which I do like the tone for those movies, but for Halloween it did feel a little bit different. Felt a little off because of that. So those are my main negatives.
Okay.
that I have for this movie.
For me, at first, Paul Rudd's acting was a negative. And it's probably just because I know him from other stuff, and then going back and watching this, it's like, whoa, dude, what happened? You got a lot better.
Yeah, he did.
So yeah, it's just weird, and he like kind of narrates at times the movie.
Yeah.
At the beginning, he's definitely narrating. The story is very muddled. You can't really tell if you're supposed to be focused on this cult, this curse thing, or if you're supposed to focus on the like stalking slasher part of the story, or the family part of the story, or this other kid who's hearing this voice to kill. And, it's like And then this doctor who we just meet in this movie, and he's not even in it that much.
Mm-mm.
And then he ends up being like the leader of this cult.
Yeah.
This is supposed to be like some twist or something.
Yeah, I know.
I didn't even care.
Was
I've seen
no
this guy
idea.
like for 5 minutes.
Yeah, I know.
So
He makes his appearance at the end of it. Okay. Hey,
like
what's up?
nobody cares.
Mhm.
So yeah, it's just it's hard to get invested in any one part of the story.
Yeah.
It's just kind of all over the place. So at times I felt like the cult stuff made Michael a little scarier,
Mm-hmm.
but then as it got further and further into the movie, I felt like he just was like a robot. And he was
Yeah.
almost kind of like just the Terminator. You know, he wasn't Michael. He was,
Yeah.
you know, at first he was intimidating because it's like, oh man, this guy is just possessed, but then it's like, okay, he's just a robot.
Mhm.
Like, and then it ruins Michael.
Yeah.
Takes away from his
Michaelness.
mystique. Yeah.
Yeah.
When you just make him like this,
A machine.
yeah,
Yeah.
kind of ruins it. So, so yeah, I mean, not my favorite. So yeah, those are some negatives. What grade do you have on this one? They put their name on the paper this time?
They put half their name on the paper.
Or just the first name.
Just yeah.
But there's multiple people in the class with that name.
Mm-hmm. It is true. So this one I'm going to give, because I did feel, I don't know, I felt like it was slightly worse than 5 for me.
Okay.
Not by much, but it was definitely slightly worse. So I'm going to give this one a 70.
Okay.
Just
Getting down to the D range there.
not quite there, but yeah.
Yeah, I think you're going to save... I'm going to say one of them is not even going to get a D.
It's probably the same one.
I'm going 75.
75.
Yeah.
All right. Your
So,
first C.
Yeah, I definitely dropped down. This one's very average.
Mm-hmm.
Very whatever.
Yeah.
You know, I could honestly skip over this one. If I'm watching all of them, this one's not really necessary.
Mm-hmm.
It just
Yeah.
kind of does this and does that, and nobody cares.
Yeah. I mean, Tommy's the only
Yeah, I guess he's-
character that's even in any of the other, like, as far as timeline goes. Jamie's in the very, very beginning.
and
And
Loomis, is in
Loomis
it,
too, but yeah.
he's like a nothing character.
But yeah,
though.
exactly. It's
in
like,
this one.
whatever.
Yeah, they just threw names in there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay. So that was number 6. So we have H2O.
We're halfway through the...
Yeah. We got H2O, Resurrection, Rob Zombies 1 and 2.
Mm-hmm. And
then
then
2018.
2018.
So we have 5 more. All right, cool. Well, we're, getting through it.
We are, yeah.
All right, so go find us on Facebook. We're at Scare Talk Podcast on Facebook. At Twitter, we're at Scare Talk Pod. You can listen to us anywhere in the world as long as you have a speaker.
Exactly, that's
Or
important.
headphones or something. And let us know what you think of the show. We've added some segments here and there, so
Yep.
want to know what you think of maybe my potty accident story. All right. So yeah, this has been Halloween 6.
Sleep tight.
Don't let Tommy Doyle bite you.